do have rent control on your platform. What is your thought process on how to decipher what the cap should be, or do you take a median from the neighborhood, or how would you work that?
Well, that's a complicated topic, but I am supporting rent control in California. This is Proposition 10 that we are pushing. Proposition 10 was recently endorsed by the guy behind you, Bernie Sanders.
So a bunch of awesome things.
Yes, Proposition 10 will allow local governments to enact rent control if it passes, because right now local governments are barred from establishing rent control, especially for more recently built buildings. So in California, for anyone who may not know, we're facing a housing crisis. We have so many people out on the street, homeless because they can't make the rent. Rents just keep going up and up and up. There's families, in our district that recently got like $1,000 increase in their rents from like $1,000 to $2,000. So clearly, regular working people cannot afford this. It makes no sense. It's just a predatory housing market run amok. So there are many apartment leasers and people that have apartments as part of their house or whatever. They don't engage in these unreasonable rent increases. But unfortunately, there are these people that are increasing the rent to such an extent that it's unbearable for working families. So for those situations, that's why we're really pushing Proposition 10. So perhaps, in the current state of how the economy operates, we need something like, a set low percentage to max it out. Some people talk about 2-3% per year, which seems, like manageable for working families, as well as, the person that owns the building can make more money, etc. So it kind of helps perhaps both parties. But of course, more generally, I do think that we should guarantee housing to people. There's countries in this world that have essentially solved the problem or question of housing. You go to Germany, you go to Japan. Homelessness, you go to Cuba. Homelessness is essentially eradicated. Those that are all out on the street, they're usually voluntarily there. Maybe they had a particular situation that got them there. But for the most part, those countries have eradicated homelessness. They decided, to say build public housing or build really affordable housing. We can have a combination of proposals on the table. But the point is that in other parts of the world that actually have way less money than we do, technically speaking, right, US dollars than we do, they have solved the issue. And meanwhile, here we are allowing our people to die on the street. Winter is rapidly approaching. We're going to have people that are going to pass away this winter in the United States, and that's purely a moral failure on the part of our so-called leaders. That's just on them. We have the resources to build more housing. We actually already have the housing to house those people. It's just that they're not allowed in.